Hey, what's up everybody? Allison from Money Done Right here with another cashback app review and tutorial. Today we're reviewing iConsumer. iConsumer is a cashback app that rewards you with stock in the company whenever you purchase qualifying items at participating retailers. Right, so what does that actually mean? Well, according to iConsumer's website, instead of earning cash back whenever you shop, you earn shares of iConsumer, a publicly traded company on the stock market. Currently, iConsumer's stock back rate or offering price is 25 cents per share. So if you earn 1% back on a $100 purchase, you'll receive 4 shares. This is different from their market price, which is the price that iConsumer is currently being traded on the stock market. Just telling you right now, iConsumer's whole vibe is bootstrap and startup-y, and because you wouldn't be earning cash back, you'd earn stock back. You're really gonna have to decide if being an iConsumer shareholder is worth it. But don't worry, because this review will cover everything you need to know about iConsumer, from how to navigate the app to how to use it while you're shopping. Keep on watching to see one of our writers, Vianna, test this app a little later on. Vianna will also reveal how much stock she earned or if she even received stock at all. Stay tuned to see if being a shareholder is worth it. Later on in this video, we'll also go over iConsumer's pros and cons, as well as who we think this app might be good for or who we think this app might not be good for. And then at the end of the video, if you think that iConsumer is for you, we would certainly appreciate it if you signed up using our link in the description below. Using that link supports our channel, so we can keep creating honest review content that's free for anyone to watch. Okay, let's get started. To download iConsumer, just tap the link in our description below, or you can search for it on any app store. Once the app is downloaded, you'll have the ability to set your notification preference. Once you select your preference, just tap Next on the following screen. Afterwards, you'll get a brief overview of how to activate the cashback feature. It's a little confusing that it says that because to our knowledge, iConsumer only offers stock back. But upon researching their app and website, I noticed that some users were rewarded with non-stock incentives in the past, like actual cash or Bitcoin. So does iConsumer offer cash back, stock back, or Bitcoin back? It's slightly complicated because the company changed their offerings quite frequently in the past. So to give you a brief breakdown, according to this article, between December 2017 and November 2018, iConsumer only offered Bitcoin back. Between November 2018 and March 2020, they offered stock back. During the peak months of the pandemic, iConsumer only offered cash back. And then finally, anytime after October 2020, iConsumer only offered stock back. So currently, iConsumer only offers stock back as rewards. But iConsumer still has this cashback tutorial up anyway, so let's just assume that they actually mean stock back. To activate the feature, visit a store page and press the icon that looks like a box with an arrow on the bottom of your screen. After you press that, tap iConsumer Cashback. Then you'll have the chance to tap Activate Cashback on the new window. All right, go ahead and tap Next again. And on this screen, you'll actually see what these directions look like in action. Well, you're supposed to anyway. Right off the bat, we're hit with a glitchy how-to video, which is not a good sign, but we're keeping our minds open to what the rest of the app is gonna look like. Afterwards, you'll see another screen with directions on how to activate a feature. Well, which feature? Well, it doesn't say. We can assume that it's for stock back. These directions say to visit an online store and press the icon that looks like a box with an arrow going out of it. Then you're going to have to swipe to the end of the list and tap Edit Actions, where you'll have the chance to turn on iConsumer Cashback. The next screen is another how-to video on what these directions look like. If you didn't quite get all of that, that's okay. Here's a brief breakdown for you. Step 1 is to shop at one of the featured stores from the iConsumer app. The stock you earn will be based on the offering price. Currently, it's worth 25 cents per share. iConsumer will list this information at the bottom of their website. So if it changes, you should know. Once your purchase goes through, your stock rewards will appear in your iConsumer balance within a week. The rewards will show as pending until 75 days later, when they will show as earned. If you want to see these steps in action, stay tuned for later. Vianna is going to show you how she used and activated the app. All right, so afterwards, a screen will pop up where you can tap Continue Shopping. We haven't actually started shopping yet, but is anybody else getting a feeling that this app just gives really unclear directions? Well, once you tap the Continue Shopping button, you'll see iConsumer's main screen. It has 3 tabs: Hot Deals, My Stores, and Increased Rebate. Hot Deals is a curation of stores with a variety of current discounts. Here you'll have the chance to see how much cash back these stores are offering, as well as when these deals are expiring. You can also tap the search icon on the top right of the screen to search for a specific store. When Vianna searched for Amazon, multiple results showed up, including Amazon for the US, as well as Amazon for Spain and France. For obvious reasons here, this might make things a little bit complicated when online shopping, but it's really not the end of the world. My Stores is where you can favorite a specific retailer to be able to find them again quickly, and Increased Rebates is where you can find retailers who have increased their cashback rates. If you tap the menu icon on the top left of the screen, you'll see more tabs that can help you navigate the app. All right, so around this time, iConsumer will prompt you to create an account. Once you create your account, the app will look a little bit different. For one, you can see how many iConsumers members there are, and 2, you can see their latest close, which at the time of this recording is 0.119 per share. Now remember, this is the price that they're being traded at, not the offering price. Okay, back to navigating this app. On the side menu, you have the option to view all stores, which is a list of brands and retailers. The discount rate is shown on the left, and if you tap on a store, you'll see the deals they're offering. If you tap on one, you'll get more information about that deal. But look out, because not all stores on this page offer deals, even when it looks like there's a discount. So as you can see here, even though iConsumer shows that Best Western has a 5.1% discount, there's nothing if you tap on it. Back on the main menu, you'll see categories, which is a feature that just groups the stores we've previously seen. If there's a holiday coming up, you'll see that category at the top. iConsumer also has a referral program where users can earn up to $250 worth of stock and $10 for each referral in cash, which is confusing. Under My iConsumer, you can view any information pertaining to your stocks and activity, including how many stores you've purchased from, referral history, and even missing transactions. Back on the side menu, there are also resources under the Help and Watch a Tutorial tab. Though it's tough to say that these are super helpful since they're the same videos as the one we saw when we first downloaded the app. If you tap on the Help tab, you'll see frequently asked questions. So apparently, iConsumer mails checks once a month, but only if you earn at least $25. You will not get paid if you haven't yet met that requirement. Once you earn $25, iConsumer will mail you this check within 90 days. Now, we got really confused when reading this because iConsumer only offered stock back, right? So we emailed them about it to make sure. Customer service got back to us within a day and confirmed they were only giving out stock back. So the mail by check feature is for old transactions only. Back on the frequently asked questions, there's a portion that explains how iConsumer works. There's nothing new here because we've covered it earlier, but since this app is sort of confusing, it might be helpful to check up on it just once in a while. And finally, the third most frequently asked question is, where is my rebate? Like we mentioned previously, you can track all of this information in the My iConsumer tab. So how do you actually redeem your shares? Can you redeem it for cash? Before we answer this, let's take a look at how Vianna used and activated iConsumer to shop online at Walmart.
Hey everyone, Vianna here. Today I am reviewing iConsumer. So I'm currently in my living room, and in just a few moments I'm going to hop back onto my phone and buy a few things using iConsumer, and let's see if I get stock back. Here's how it works.
I opened the iConsumer app and used the search feature to search for Walmart. From here you can see that the rebate or stock back is 1.7%. Then I tapped Shop Now. Once you tap that, iConsumer will automatically redirect you to the Walmart website, but you have the option to pause the redirection if you want to see more details about the deal. On the Walmart website, I just added the items I wanted to buy into my cart like normal, and since I needed to activate the iConsumer feature before purchase, I went ahead and tapped that little box with the arrow at the center bottom of my screen. I scrolled down and tapped iConsumer Cashback, and once I did that, it redirected me again to the Walmart website, which is confusing because I was just there. Anyways, from there, I just went back to my cart where I was able to check out my items like normal. My total ended up being $35, and I was able to earn 100 shares.
So as you can see, Vianna earned 100 shares. But where does she go from there? Can she redeem these shares for cash? So we actually reached out via email to ask this question, and the answer might surprise you. Apparently, you can sell your shares, but you need a stockbroker to do so. You see, iConsumer actually does not recommend selling shares because the company is still in the startup phase. They recommend that you wait until they get bigger so your shares will be worth more. Again, I want to reiterate that whether iConsumer is worth it or not depends on how much you think it's going to be successful in the future. Before we move on with our pros and cons, I want to recap how iConsumer works. iConsumer will present you with deals on the app. If you go through with purchasing one of those deals, iConsumer will grant you shares in their company. Not the store you bought the item from, but iConsumer's company itself. Think of it as a regular cashback app, except that iConsumer rewards its users with shares. To give stock back, iConsumer uses the offering price to calculate how many shares you've earned. They've included it on the bottom of their website for easy visibility. Now, according to them, this offer price rarely changes, but changes do happen. Currently, the offer price is 25 cents per share. All right, that was a lot to cover. iConsumer is definitely one of the more unique cashback apps out there, but is unique necessarily good? Well, now that we've gone over iConsumer's basic features, let's go over the pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. Our first pro for iConsumer is that users have the opportunity to become shareholders. So in theory, there's a lot of room for growth and users can experience the early stages of supporting and investing in a company that's still trying to make a name for itself. And it's an easy and affordable way to become a shareholder too. Since the app is free, all you need to do in order to solidify your shareholder status is shop like normal. There is potential here. In the best case scenario, iConsumer skyrockets within these next couple of years and you get a ton of cash, assuming you spent a lot of money shopping through the app. Our second pro with iConsumer is the customer service. As you saw earlier, I had a few questions that were not addressed in the website, but when I emailed iConsumer for clarification, they got back to me within 24 hours. Now, unfortunately, those are my only pros for iConsumer. So let's move on now to the cons. Our first con is that the app and website are poorly designed. As you saw earlier in this video, there are a lot of glitches, especially within the video demonstrations, and a lot of outdated information within their help/sources page. A lot of the information is unclear. And while they do have good customer service, users should not have to rely on customer service to answer some basic questions. The user interface also looks outdated and clunky. In our opinion, the app and website could use a major revamp. If growth is indeed what they're looking for, because as of right now, it simply does not look like an app that's going to cause their share price to take off. Our second con is that not all of the stores on the store's page offer deals. As you saw earlier, there were a few stores that were included in the app but didn't actually offer any discounts. So the fact that iConsumer says that they have over 2,000 participating stores is misleading. Our third con with iConsumer is that it's just an overall confusing app to use. There wasn't really a straightforward or easy to understand experience when reviewing this app, and that is a major red flag. With that being said, we don't think that this app is worth getting. Additionally, we don't think that this app will actually benefit shareholders because unless iConsumer does a major upgrade on their app and website, we really don't think this company is worth investing in. But, who knows? We hope they prove us wrong. But for now, that's our verdict. However, there are certain types of people and situations that could actually benefit from iConsumer. The main scenario is if you're someone who doesn't have that extra money to invest, but you really want to invest in something. So for example, you only earn a set amount of dollars per month and you don't have any money left over to put in a retirement account or any other portfolio. You could do all of your shopping on iConsumer, and then when you earn stock back, you could technically now be a shareholder. Moving on now to who iConsumer would not be good for. That would be if you can think of some other companies that you'd rather invest in. If that was the case, you could use another free cashback app that lets you cash out for real money. Then, whenever you earn that cash, you could open an account at, say, Robinhood and choose whatever company you want to invest in. Hopefully a company that takes off in the future. All right, folks, that's it for our iConsumer review. Now, if you want to take an easy path to become a shareholder, we would appreciate it if you use the link in the description below to sign up. Doing so helps us create in-depth reviews just like this one. Now, if you don't think iConsumer is for you, check out our reviews of a couple of apps that we think are more efficient at generating cash and definitely more user-friendly than iConsumer. Our review of Ibotta is right over here, and down here is our review of the coupons.com app. We'll see you in those videos. That's it for now. Bye-bye.